Yeah, you have enough time. You're just not prioritizing it the right way. Let's chat. Okay, I'm going to show you how to cheat your way out of meetings, avoid like message, Slack, DM, email burnout, and really have a good product discovery process in this video. And no, it's not going to be Jira or some overpriced AI tool or any of that, mainstream stuff. I'm sure those are useful, but that's not what this video is about. Because let's be real, a lot of those tools come and go, and we forget them in like 3 days, 5 days, 2 days. We forget them and never use them. So it's not about some magic AI tool. This is actually going to be productive value for you. But before that, just a little bit about me. I've worked at a lot of early stage AI startups where speed was survival, right? Very limited product people, limited engineers, and 48 things going on at the same time. And, trying to juggle roadmap planning, product discovery, execution, engineering deadlines, and 99 messages that I was getting at the same time can be difficult, but there is a way to stay sane. So number one is how I cheat my way out of meetings is with 59-second Loom videos. So Loom, if you're not familiar with, it's not just a software or screen recording tool where you can commentate over it. It's actually a time machine. Okay, I'm just kidding. It's not actually a time machine. It lets you communicate a lot better than text, but it's not as painful as setting up a meeting and meeting someone in person or even virtually. So it's that nice, sweet middle ground, like Loom videos, right? And a lot of tools right now are letting you do this as well. I just used Loom as an example, as that's the industry standard. You can record your screen, you can click around, show people what you're talking about, and then just send that over as a shareable link. And then people can then comment on parts of the video if anything is unclear. Recorded product updates, new features I've built, walkthroughs, clarifications on questions I've had from customer support teams. You name it, I've probably done it on a Loom just to be more clearer with communication, but also to cheat myself out of one more meeting. And the biggest advantage really is that the person watching your Loom or your video can see you sometimes visually. And even if they can't see you, they can hear your voice, see you clicking around. They can understand what you're thinking. And that is what's most important with communication, like people being able to understand where the other person's coming from. And that is where I feel like this is a great tool. Instead of having 30 minutes on a calendar where half the meeting has gone into like some other sort of other discussion. This is like 59 seconds. I'm out. I've recorded it and I've sent it. I've also used this to update folks in meetings I can attend, right? So when I couldn't make a meeting because of other reasons or for some personal commitment, I just sent a Loom update, and that's worked very well in the past for me as well. So you don't have that feeling of missing out on a meeting, but you're still keeping people updated. So the second thing I would recommend is do not check your emails, Slack, Microsoft Teams, Lark, whatever it is that you're using. Don't check it the first half of your day, right? Focus on product work, or if you're a CEO or a product manager, focus on discovery, strategic work, stuff that requires a lot of your brain. There's this saying, eat the frog earlier on, which is like do the hardest thing in the morning, and that is really what you need to be putting your energy towards. And this really helps you do a lot of constructive thinking early on. For the first half of your day is when you're the sharpest. So you got to remove as much noise as possible. Naturally, I acknowledge that sometimes there's fires or very critical things that you need to address. But let's be real, 80% of the days, or 80 to 90% of the days, that is not the case. And that's what I would say is critical. You're a product manager, you're not an engineer, right? If there is something super, super critical where customers can't see something, engineers should take care of it. Should not never be on a product manager, on a product manager's shoulders responsibility. And if that is the case, then there's another conversation the company needs to have. DMs are really the devil, and if they're super super important, try to move them to a public channel, right? So talking to each other one-on-one also is a little difficult. Try to talk more in public platforms, public email threads, where more and more people are aligned and are aware of what's happening, right? This promotes transparency, promotes better culture of people staying in sync. and just minimizes noise in general. And as a product manager, you have to minimize noise so you can focus on the most important work of your job: strategy, discovery. Which brings me to my third tool, having a Discovery Scrapbook. This is not, again, a tool that you download. It's just a system that you need. You can use a Google Docs document. You can use pen and paper. You can use a postcard. Okay, maybe not a postcard, but you can use a scrapbook, like anything you feel comfortable with. And I'll tell you why. You're going to have this loose document to organize your ideas for future direction. Right? Think if you have a business to consumer B2C app and you have ideas for how to monetize, how to make money out of the app, right? That will be one lane on the scrapbook. You have another, another about onboarding new customers. That will be another lane. And you can start adding screenshots of friction points that current onboarding people face, or customer support or sales is telling you, or sort of you're discovering from customers that, hey, this is a pain point in onboarding. Take a screenshot, add it. Now that's an onboarding lane. Now you add a third lane. This could be about tech debt or road mapping, or sort of engineering related concerns, and start seeing where there are bugs, little bugs that are reoccurring, etc., that keep falling through. You can now have another lane of new feature bets, for example, like how to move the business to a new business line, and have little screenshots and funnels, or discovery roadmap points, or even newspaper articles that you're reading, right? Like on Twitter, or articles from tech news sites. And it's just like scrapbooking. Think of it as a creative way for you to just put all your ideas, or put all the concerns that people raise into the scrapbook. And now, why is this important, right? It's so that the next time someone talks about a problem a customer is facing, or even like sort of references a point that you might have come across already, you now have a scrapbook where you can reference that. Okay, this person is complaining about the onboarding journey for users being difficult. I actually received 3 complaints that I screenshotted and put it into my scrapbook, and now I know that, okay, this is actually a difficult point of the journey, and this is what these 3 customers faced. Now, what is this new person telling me about this journey? Is it the similar point? Is it another friction point for customers? And why this is, and this is important, because when you plan your roadmap, when you plan strategy, you're not starting from zero. You have a starting point, right? And that's the hardest thing. Like, if I told you, hey, build me a strategy for taking the business to $10 million ARR, or $10 million ARR means like annual recurring revenue, or let's say $2 million monthly revenue, MRR. You have a starting point. Like, okay, let's look at strategically what we can do here, because those are tough problems to crack. So the more help you get, the better it is. So the next time someone gives you an idea, or tells you about a pain point with your product, take a screenshot or write it down and add it to your scrapbook, right? If they're telling it to you verbally, of course, validate it a little bit too. Like, is this person actually facing this problem? Why are they facing it? How are they facing it? And whatever your thoughts are, add it to your scrapbook. And this really helps you sort of become a better product manager, a better leader, a better entrepreneur in general. Right. So just to summarize, Loom will buy you more time. DM detoxing will bring your brain back in the morning. And the scrapbooking technique will help you buy context. And lastly, I want to just emphasize, these processes are not going to guarantee to make you a great product manager, but they can help you definitely avoid being a bad one. So please like and subscribe if this was at all useful in any way. And always happy to hear feedback or comments. Ciao.